Guys, forgive me. I'm not going to have a mic for this. I'm going to do this quick because time is of the essence. Wow. What an Asia Cup final. If you can't see, hello. That was a very important, what a game from Arsenal. That's what I want to see. I just had a feeling we were going to do it tonight, and we did, but let's get back to the Asia Cup final. Look, Pakistan's batting. They did everything that I said that they were supposed to do, and then all of a sudden it was just, collapse, implosion. How many words can we use to describe what happened there? It was absolute madness. Nobody had to, you know what it was? Everybody was trying to be the hero because they were like, Farhan was so exceptional. I'm also going to be that guy. I'm also going to be the guy that's going to hit 5-6. Well, he didn't hit 5-6 sixes, but everybody felt like they were going to be the guy without respecting the cricket pitch, without getting in. I just thought it was stupid. Sorry, I don't like using that word to describe things, but it was just Pakistan threw it away. But then, obviously they came right back in, because for me it was even like, okay, 147, Pakistan, they're in this because they've got an incredible bowling lineup, and they showed that. Shaheen Shah, Afridi, Fahim. I loved Saman Ali Agar at the start. I loved how he was just putting all of his eggs in that one basket of saying, you know what, we're controlling this match and we're putting you under a lot of pressure. I'm going to put both of my fast bowlers, I'm going to give them both 3 overs in that power play, because it is a low score and it's India and they bat deep. And I love that. A couple of last balls in the last over, not so great, but then the spinners came on. Again, Nawaz, only 1 over. He was so good in the previous match. I have to question some of these captaincy decisions, because it's like, he's so hard. He's somebody that's like on something, where you do something so right and then you do something so wrong. The spinners were in control of the match. Got the wicket of Sanju. Again, I thought he batted really well. I'm still going to say what I said from the start 2 months ago. I do not understand why you would break up the partnership of Sanju and Abhishek just for the sake of getting Gill in because he's the test captain. That's like telling South Africa that, we need to now, Temba has to play T20 cricket because he's the test captain. It doesn't make sense. Temba is our best batter in test cricket. He's our captain in ODI cricket. He's our anchor. Doesn't mean that he's got to be in the T20 side. I honestly don't think Shubman Gill on his batting deserves to be in this starting 11. Let me know what you think about that. I just think if Sanju was starting, it's just such a great combo. But obviously Abhishek was going to get out. That's just how the laws work. He was defying all of the averages and people were building him up. Obviously, the cricketing gods were going to be like, okay, we need to bring this guy back down. But Pakistan was so good. They were controlling the match. And then here comes Mr. Ego, Haris Rauf. Guys, I gotta say, I'm such a fan of Pakistan's bowling attack, but this guy, and it's not because of all the politics. People are going to tell me that it's because of the politics that's been going on. It's not because of that. It's because this guy has zero respect for cricketing pitches. He just thinks that on every single pitch, I'm just going to fire it in at 100. He's no variations, no nothing. It's just, he just completely disrespected all the efforts that were made by the Pakistan bowling attack. Fahim got his wickets by being smart, by bowling slower balls to Abhishek Sharma. That's what I said in the IPL. If you've been following me for long enough, I said, why are people not just bowling slower balls to the Sunrisers from the start? Because they're going to swing at everything. Everything was set up perfectly. And then he just comes in and he gives 17 runs. As a Pakistan fan, I don't know, how do you feel about that? Because for me, his entire bowling performance, his entire identity, it's just full of so much ego. Shaheen Shah Afridi doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. He's just class. He's just calm. And yes, he can get aggressive sometimes, but it's not, he's really smart as a bowler, and he's just been improving. And I think for Pakistan, that's a really good thing to see him back to his best. But Haris Rauf, oh my God, he cost you the match. He did. Why not just carry on going with the spinners? I don't understand. Abrar, Saim Ayub, they were doing such a good job. And it's down to the captaincy. And so now, if he's not a good captain, his batting certainly didn't live up to anything. But now let's get to Tilak Varma. You know, I've been such a big fan of him. He completely destroyed South Africa in South Africa. And I thought to myself, this guy's the real deal. This guy's the real deal. And you know what? That's a bilateral. People are going to say people are the real deal all the time. But the way that he did this here in the final under pressure, he is your future. There's so many other names going around. You know, this is India's guy. This is the future of India. Tilak Varma is the real deal. He is. I'm such a fan of him. I'm very biased towards left-handed batters. I love them so much. But yeah, and big shout out to Shivam Dube as well. He had a lot of work to do today. He had to open the bowling. Again, that was an error from Pakistan not to take him on, but maybe we just have to give credit to Shivam Dube for being that damn good. You know, he was very accurate. He didn't really give them balls to hit. Maybe if it was a better team in terms of batting, people who would take batting on from the start, let's say it was a Dewald Brevis or a Travis Head, you know, maybe they would have just said, you know what, hell no, you're not going to be able to bowl like this. We're going to take you out, lad. But Pakistan didn't do that. And so a lot of credit has to actually go to Shivam Dube for bowling those tough overs, for coming in and scoring those runs. It was very important. It was very vital. And he just proved once again, you know, India just doesn't lose when he is in the lineup. Well-deserved win for India, because they showed against Sri Lanka that, you know, you need to win the clutch moments. For me, a big thing was today where I thought India could have been a little bit different. They could have actually just picked Arshdeep Singh. But for me, it just feels like Gambhir is intent on not having Arshdeep Singh part of his plans, whether it's Test cricket, where, you know, he had multiple opportunities to pick him in England. He did not. Didn't give him a single game in the Champions Trophy, and now his best format, T20, where he's been the first one to take 100 wickets for India in international cricket, still not part of his plans. I thought if India had him today in the power play, different story, guys, because that was the difference. Pakistan's pace attack in the power play, excellent. India, not so great. Okay, so that was for me maybe another thing, but India, they've got the aura. They are Team India for a reason, and they are the Asia Cup champions. And what a fantastic final, what a match. Guys, congratulations, India, well deserved. What are your thoughts?